today here at the Wicked London?
I'm doing really good. I'm happy to be in Clovis. I've never been up in this area before, so I'm happy to be up here and check it out a little.
When did you first start acting?
Ooh, I started acting, let's see, back in the 90s. First I took acting classes before I felt comfortable to kind of dive in and start auditioning. I did community theater before I actually started doing films.
Is community theater how you got all your acting skills, or how did you get all your acting skills?
I mean, it started with community theater. Like I said, I did take lessons and classes in acting, but most of the experience came from community theater, and then you start learning more as you gain more experience in other films and stuff like that.
As an actor, who was your first role, or who was your first acting job?
My very first acting role was on stage in this role called The Girl in a Chekhov series of short stories. And it was a little controversial because it was basically the story about a dad taking his son for his first experience with a woman, and not that there was anything really to be seen because it was done in a black box theater type of situation, and it was all about talking about it. So it was a little controversial because we did our stage production at the basement of a church, and so a lot of the churchgoers were not happy about that particular scene, but we went through.
We know you from the character from Clerks. Mm-hmm. So it is said that you put a little bit of you in your character. How much of you did you put in Veronica in Clerks?
Yeah, I mean, when you get a role, and when you even audition for roles, it's like you either connect with it or you don't. And if you connect with it, it's because you find a piece of you in those roles. And for me, the parts of Veronica that are more like me is where I take care of the person that I am in a relationship with, and I will go out of my way and make you lasagna or bring you something at work for you to eat and make sure that you're eating. So things like that, yeah.
When you auditioned for Veronica, was it a hard audition? Was there any info of how Veronica is supposed to be or anything?
So the thing is, when I auditioned for the role, we had no idea what we were auditioning for, other than it was a film being made by a student of film. That's all we knew. So went to the audition just doing a monologue, and it wasn't until afterwards when Kevin called me up. He wanted me to read the script, see if I was comfortable with the dialogue, because we all know about the dialogue. And after reading it, I was laughing throughout the whole thing, so I was totally in.
Have you done anything recently that you can tell us about and update us on?
No, the last film that I did was bringing Veronica Black back for Clerks 3. And it was nice to revisit her and see what she was up to all these years later. I am working on a short film next week, but I don't know what I can or cannot say, so I say nothing. Because I usually get in trouble for things like that.
Thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Everyone, Marilyn Ghigliotti.
Thank you very much.